Alrighty, welcome everybody. Thursday night, GT time. Hey Jack, I didn't give you much warning, but we're live.
Hey Jake, I'm on fire, Feemster. I'm glad to be here with you.
Not so on fire this week, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do after the break. So
Now, Jake. We know you've been tearing it up out there, and it looks like the boys here are ready to tear it up here again.
Yep, Kirkbride out in front again. Missing Addison again. I think he's out maybe for the rest of the season, so too bad for Kevin. See if anybody else picks up that spot.
Yeah, it's good to see Captain Kirk is back in, and got a new driver out there tonight, Nick McMillan. I'm not familiar with Nick. Can you give us any intel on Nick?
He's been here once, right? You had him? It's McIntyre. Where's He's not in the server yet. Okay.
So, Jake, where are we tonight?
We're at Monza.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like this one.
Yeah, this is going to be a good, fast, exciting race. This is one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
Early out there, we got Kirkbride up with a 156.1.
I don't have the time for Kevin Kirkbride. Oh yeah, I do.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely I do. I'm sorry. I thought he had trouble and didn't get a lap in, but no.
Geez, you caught me off guard there. I'm usually the one who's pretty lax with this
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Kirkbride went off at
Jake?
the end of his first lap when they went around and didn't get a time in. So actually, Sabo's going to be the first person to complete a flying lap here. It's going to happen right now. Yeah, I'm not nuts. I know what's going on, Jack.
Nope, there you go. All my timing is kicked over there, and you're right.
There you go. Yeah,
Peter Szabo with a 146.5.
Everybody's pulling in the first time here, so we'll see where we end up. Szabo, of course, had totally clear air. Kirkbride is so Kirkbride's out on an outlap again. We'll see what he can do when he comes around. Szabo's staying out.
Okay, just as predicted, I had some intel earlier that said the Vipers were going to be pretty quick around here, and Parsons and Merriman are laying her down right now.
It's going to be good to see those guys dicing it up this time around.
Yeah, it looks like, Porsche and the Nissans have been pretty strong so far this year, but looks like maybe Aaron and Al have got something figured out in this Viper, like 0-0 wings or something.
Right, everybody going to be running pretty low wing here. I think when I tried it last season, they told me to run like a 1. So, yeah. Szabo's up in Sector 1 on his second hot lap. Somebody's off back there. Giving up on it. So, looks like they can go, 1 out lap and 2 hot laps on the super softs. I bet that means we'll see soft tires for the race. And they'll do their usual one-stop shindig halfway through.
Yeah, after coming around, yeah, look at that.
Wow.
I thought so.
So
he was looking pretty decent there.
Sabo improves on his time by 2.5 tenths, and then Hefner just slots it in right there. 7 thousandths of a second there.
Jesse Olsen as well just laid down a hot one.
Yeah, good show for the Nissans so far. You know, Sabo where you expected him to be. He's been so fast this season, but you know, Hefner won a couple races.
Boy, all I'm hearing is personal best after personal best out there right now. Is it?
Yeah.
Well, this is one track that you should all be familiar with. Everybody's driven this one many, many times. Peter Szabo on a real hot one out there right now.
Yeah, we're watching him. He just went way wide in that corner. I wonder if that's going to affect
him. Sort of blew that combination there. That might cost him in this final sector.
Wow. Yep, so yeah, looks like he lost some time with that.
Yeah, blowing into that gravel sure cost him there, because he was up by like a half a second.
People able to beat Hefner, including Hefner beating himself in Sector 1. But then Hefner had a really good Sector 2 and 3 time, it looks like, on that lap. Wow,
boy,
so
I'm showing a lot of green out there right now.
Yeah, so see that Sector 1 time that Hefner put down, not that quick, not even for himself. He's up 0.2, so is Szabo. So yeah, so far we got Nissan, Porsche, Nissan, Porsche, and then Ford, and then Dodge in the top 6. But where's the Mercedes? Kirkbride all the way back in 8th right now, so a little slow for that car. I guess maybe this is not that track, not the good track for this car. How much weight does Kirkbride have? 40 kilograms. That's not too bad. I mean, it is, but for Kirkbride,
that would be like that. That's life ending for me.
Oh yeah. For Kirkbride, I'm sure we could, I don't know, figure out how to make it work. All right, Parsons up.
Yeah, Aaron's having a good run here.
Looky there.
Wow.
Pole for Parsons.
Wow, wow, wow.
There you go.
That was all in that last sector too, really. I mean, he gained a crap load of time there.
Yeah,
but, you know, coming through that parabolica, he was really tight in there. I don't know how he held it so tight.
He was up in all three. Sector 2 is especially quick. He gained 2 tenths. So, and then, yeah, as we said, Sector 3. But it'll be interesting to see what David Maros does in Sector 2 here, because I think Aaron's Sector 2 time was pretty fast. Oh, David goes off. Sorry for the curse there, bud. So, DeGraw looking to improve. We'll hop back, look for somebody who's going to move up the field. He's got to pick up the pace in Sector 3.
Yeah, both Montgomery and Mark DeGraw both driving the Fords back in 13 and 14. And Kobus in the Ford as well. So 13, 14, and 15 provisional right now are all Ford. Brad Maris keeping the top 10 honest. He's just pulling out in an outlap right now, though, but keeping them honest with a provisional P10 right now.
Actually, Jesse Olsen, we're going to see what he can do in sector 2. Yeah, down 0.2. Matching Hefner's time from his lap pretty much. So, interesting. Ludden looking to move up. He's seen some success recently. Be quick in sector 2.
Yeah, these guys are all laying down some pretty good times.
How many laps are you doing tonight, Jack?
You just hold on.
Sure.
35 laps.
Wow, look at that. P2 for Ludden. Look at that. Wow. 0.004. Looks like he's got enough fuel for another lap. See if he can improve. I mean, less one lap of fuel is probably worth 0.004, you know.
So P1 to P12 right now within 1 second.
Point 1 in sector 1.
Still amazes me, Jake, you know, how close these guys are competition-wise with 12 cars within a second of each other. I mean, it just blows my mind how close in competition this is.
We're about to see Parsons and Ludden put in a quick time here. Parsons especially looks to improve. Ludden a little slower in sector 3 than he was last lap, so I don't think this is going to beat the time he just had. We will see.
Now it looks like you know, Parsons, if he can hold it together on this parabolica, doesn't look as good as it did on his record set time there, but I might be wrong. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, you're wrong. He improved. Wow. Yeah. Something. He got another 10th, a little over a 10th out of that. Wow.
And looks like he might still have tires to have another go at it.
Ludden as well. Ludden up 0.3 in sector 1. That's the quickest sector 1 we've seen so far. Aaron gets a lot of curve there.
That's huge.
Oh, yep, that's wrong. Backs out of that one.
Sean Ricker coming around the final parabolica. Had a decent lap going.
Yeah, he's going to move up. Oh, he doesn't move up.
No, that parabolica killed him. He went a little wide there.
He improved his time significantly, but I think he only moved up 1. I don't know if he moved up 1 or none. Ludden quick in sector 2.
Wow. Ludden on a blistering lap here.
Looks like traffic's far enough ahead that it's not going to be a problem for him.
Real nice and tight through Parabolica. Like that. Like that. Oh.
Yeah. Wow. Up 3/10 over Parsons. Yeah. Wow. What a time.
That was a killer lap.
That was a good lap.
Now, I didn't follow him all the way around, but I'm pretty sure that was a legal lap. I didn't follow it all the way around though.
I didn't either, but the last half looked good. And I didn't see him have any,
Every sector was good.
Right, exactly right. Yeah, but he wasn't up huge.
Well, anything can happen here.
That's true. Sabo looks to improve. He's got 30 kilograms, but, well, based on the time Ludden put in, there's clearly a little more pace in the Porsche.
So, Kevin Kirkbride sitting down in fourth. He's got 40 kilos. David Marosh has got 30, and Peter Szabo's got 30. Brad Maris with 40, Phil Vitt with 40, Bjorn Heyman with 20, and that rounds out all the baggage people are carrying.
Szabo improves down to the 45s, but not enough to get pole back. Still a 10th down from Ludden. Yeah, that was a quick lap. Ludden's still out there. He's going again. Some traffic now, though.
Yeah, so Ludden and Szabo will put Parsons down into P3.
Yep.
Still 11 drivers within 1 second of your pole sitter, Jon Ludden, at 1:45.839.
Excuse me, Parsons is looking for clean air here as he comes around. This lap's not going to be fast, but there you go. He's got another couple in the tank, as you know. We've seen him do a few fast laps at a time, so we'll see what he can do here. He's got, not Szabo, but David Maros right on his tail. Having trouble matching those guys in the first sector. He's really eating a lot of curb there on the on that chicane.
Yeah, all of it.
I wonder if that's slowing him down. You know, we see Aaron use a lot of the curb a lot of the time. But that was a little bouncy.
Yeah. Well, obviously set up for it. You know, maybe a little softer suspension there. Catching a lot of the curb through this too.
Yep, look at that.
Welcome to the viewers in the chat room here, and pulls it out. Sorry, I am having a little trouble with the feed, but thanks for joining us at NAGP Thursday Night Racing. 4 minutes left. Everybody's got time for a couple more. Not seeing a lot of green out there, though.
No, it's looks like they've really got their times in. Ludden's still out there, but that was a heck of a lap. Although he's found empty track out there. He's in a good spot right now. Especially if he's got as much fuel as I think he does. Pretty much to run until the end of the qualifying session, just be running fast laps.
Well, that lap's going to be hard to beat. I don't care who's out there.
Right. He needs a drafting partner. No, not here. Not with the chicanes.
That worked for some, and that didn't work too well for others.
Yeah. Patience is a virtue.
Jake, after the show, we'll have a little chat about Monday's night's race, or Tuesday night's fun race, which the start was fun, wasn't it, Jake?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I had fun all the way through. My hands were hurting, and it was it was a long race. So I was in it to win it, and once I didn't have a chance, I was ready for a break. So I'm gonna enjoy next week off. Not have to.
Well, I was just surprised to find myself on the front row there with you. That was a stunning turn of events for the Jack Ivy Racing solo team.
Yeah, I mean, right. Did you use that setup that Chuck had given to everybody? Or did you do your own?
Pretty much. I can't take credit for anything. Chuck was the engineer on that setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here. So, really, that was a really fun. I wish we did more ovals, but most of the other guys aren't into it, so it makes sense that we don't. But that was a fun night for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? That just goes to show you guys. Anybody out there, especially people that are watching the feed tonight, NAGP runs Mondays and Thursdays, and we do have the odd fun race in the off seasons and in break times and whenever anybody wants to put one together. So come on and join us Mondays and Thursdays for some great sim racing, good camaraderie, and we're fully funded by donations by you. So dig deep, give us a couple of bucks a month, and keep the servers active.
Yeah, we've had some recent interest. Every once in a while, somebody shows up and says they want to join, and sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. Oh goodness, who is that? Gets it way wrong. That was one of the Mercedes. It might have been Taylor. I don't think so. He doesn't look correct.
No, Taylor's in a Nissan.
No, I meant Nissan. There's only a couple of Mercedes out there, and none of them are yellow. Can't get my words straight today. I think that most of them are. What's going on there?
Yeah, we'll get it together. We got a few minutes before the race here.
Yeah. Well, no. What the heck? I'm showing Szabo up half a second in Sector 2. That must be an invalid lap.
No, I'm showing the same thing, and he's coming around to the Parabolica now. So
how is he down 0.6 in Sector 1 and up 0.5 in Sector 2? That's a second that you just...
He looks pretty quick coming through here.
Weird. That's a strange time. But he's going around again. He's got time. When did qualifying end?
It's over.
Yeah, I don't know if he got across the line or not.
No, it went to overtime just as he was coming around Parabolica.
Gotcha. So Ludden, though, will finish this lap. He won't improve, but he's going to do it anyway. Kirkwright's gone. technical difficulties, maybe. Looks like we've got 20. Assuming Kirkbride comes back, looks like we've got 25. Nick McMillan not able to get in the server. Not sure what's going on there. Also missing Chris Moses, Abe Wozniak. Well, a lot of our other guys here.
Yeah, Carlos Dottore, Chris Moses, Ab Wozniak, and Nick McMillan not able to get the cars out of the trailers onto pit row yet.
We're in the rest period. The wait time. So, 35 laps here.
Yeah, you know what? And even though they're, you know, a minute and 3/4 is still going to be a quick race. It's fast track. Should see lots of action here. Chicane's going to be interesting. I like this track.
Yes,
I
indeed.
think I've said that a few times.
Yes, and I have to. And it's true. And so do the viewers. We've got 100. Fantastic.
So I hope all you guys are looking forward to your big long weekend coming up.
Oh, yeah. All right. I don't have the points in front of me. I think Peter Sabo's barely in the lead ahead of Kevin Kirkbride still, as far as individual points. And team points are probably a little bit different. Andrew Adamson being missing means the Rowdy Burns guys have taken a pretty big hit with him not finishing. Of course, if he's not here, he can't finish a race. So we'll see. We'll see what you'll have to check the forums for the standings. I know who watches these races anyway.
All right. Well, we got Szabo and Kirkbride are tied at 102. Hefner and Ludden are tied at 83.
Wow.
Taylor with 82. So it's all pretty tight up there.
Yeah.
Then you got David Mirosh at 69. Adamson at 63, but we think Andrew's thrown the towel in for this year.
Right.
This season, and Aaron Parsons behind him at 61. So that's about as close as she's going to get in drivers. And in team, Turbo Nerds with 171 and Rowdy Burns with 165. Now, who's taking over for Andrew?
Nobody yet. You want to drive, Jack?
That's going to cost them then. He needs to get somebody in that other Benz.
He's got to start getting some bribes going, and really get a solid driver come in and
well, there you go. There's a little shout out there to the crowd. We need a Benz driver for Rowdy Burns Racing.
A hotshot Benz driver.
Post up and get in.
A hotshot Benz driver must be a hotshot. Very fast.
No, it doesn't need to be a hot shot. It doesn't need to be a hot shot.
To compete in this league, Jack, I don't know with these guys. We got a lot of hot shots up here in the front. We got a lot of hot shots. Look at these guys.
Oh, so what? You know what, guys? Don't listen to Jake right now. Hey, I'm telling you right now, Jake, last year you were middle of the pack. This year, you're running up the front, so don't tell me this hot shot. Now.
Only when I don't make a mistake, Jack. We'll see.
If you guys want to join the league, get in here and join us.
Got plenty of spots in the Monday League, folks. Plenty of spots in the Monday League. And if you want to be humbled.
And PMR at 98.
If you want to be humbled, come join us Monday nights.
If you want to help, if you want to have fun, just come join us here at NAGP.
Okay, so let's run through the order before we forget to and don't. So we'll just do 10s. We got Jon Ludden here in front. So good lap for John. He of course has 0 kilograms of ballast there, so good for him at the start. Peter Sabo though been a good starter so far and a good qualifier. He's in second place even with the 30 kilograms. Then we've got Aaron Parsons in the Viper, so that's great to see the Viper up a little closer to the front. Zach Hefner in 4th, Jesse Olsen in 5th. So there's some Mercedes. David Maros in 6th place. Not as close to his teammate as usual. He's usually up there with Peter Sabo. But he's got 30 kilograms as well, David Maros does. Sean Rickers in 7th. Al Merriman in 8th, which is his best qualifying so far, I think. Kevin Kirkbride in 9th. Matt Taylor, 10th.
Jonathan Cuppett in the Nissan in 11th. Brad Maris in the Lambo puts her in 12th. Cobus de Villiers in the Ford in 13th. Salem Montgomery in the Ford, 14th. Mark DeGrand in the Ford, 14th. So Ford, 13, 14, 15. Dan Thorpe in 16th. Iggy Chorty in 17th. Trevor Snowden in 18th. Phil Vitt in 19th. And Bjorn Heyman in 20th.
Alrighty. That means that's Justin Lamke in 21st, John McIntyre 22nd, Omar Gomez 23rd, Sergio Calderon, 24th. And that's going to round us out for tonight, except for JT Laro, who had a no qual. He starts at the back. And is that Nick McMillan? Who's in the back in the... There's JT Laro, and there's somebody behind him.
Chris Moses has made it onto the grid.
All right. Well, fantastic. I don't even see him. Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay. He's all the way back in 31st grid slot. So that's interesting. But good to see Chris. Oh, I almost hit drive. That's not good. Don't want to do that. Okay.
Chris is right at the very back. At the very, very back. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna sit in Chris's car here because he's got an empty space in front of him, and he's going to be able to go lickety split right off the start.
Yeah, that's a good point. Counting down. I guess we'll pop back here because I'm gonna have to come back anyway. Our cars disappear. Yeah, Chris Moses got his teammate and Sergio to dispatch with first. You know, JT's quick too, so JT's going to have some room in front of him when my car disappears. Or yours, I don't know which one that is. On. Top to Ludden. Looking back. Okay. Start so far. Good for Ludden. He's only outside, and Sabo goes pretty late into the brakes there. Takes first. So, everybody works out here.
Oh, they're all banged up at the back here. There's almost, well, they had to come to a stop at the back. At the back
you can't.
Literally, they did come to a stop.
You cannot go through that chicane too wide, that's for sure.
I got JT Laro and Chris Moses both in the back of the pack here. And for the most part, it looks like they're getting through in single lane fashion.
Ludden's up close to Peter Sabo.
Oh!
Problem?
I think we lost somebody.
Uh-oh.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, lots of straight lines back there. We got guys mixing up in the middle here, though. That's Kevin Kirkbride, Al Merriman, Matt Taylor. Al gets wrong over the curve there. Oh, and everybody lining up, just train cars here. About to bump into each other.
Chris Moses into the pits.
Uh-oh.
I think Chris is just pretty cool.
Maybe he will show. Nope, he's gone.
So, short race for Chris.
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Indeed. Wow.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that.
Oh goodness!
And in
Who is
oh
that?
boy,
Is that Justin?
that was one of the Porsches.
Oh, no, that's an Audi. It's Justin Lamke. Bad luck again this week. That was a hard hit. Actually, I don't see any damage, but he hit the wall hard. Anyway. Parsons. The moves on Ludden here. Ludden is falling back behind Hefner, so he must have had some kind of issue. Maybe made a little mistake. Oh, wow! Parsons really. Yeah, still. You're right. That going over the curb like that is definitely intentional. He's super aggressive through there.
Well, I think Justin Lamke, he stayed out after that little incident.
Yeah.
He must have German engineering in that car because it looked fine to me on a zoom-in close-up.
I know, it looks great. I don't know how he managed that. He's got him spinning, maybe spun past
Olsen and Parsons drag racing down.
Yep, we're on that battle now.
I don't know if Aaron's going to be. It doesn't look like he's in close enough to grab a draft, though.
No, not right now.
No, that Nissan's just got stunning amount of power. Welcome to Pro Omar in the chat room. So you got Zabo out in front, Hefner, Ludden, Olsen, Parsons, top 5. But as a little update, we do have 2 Dodge Vipers in the top 10. And Sean Ricker has been steady enough to bring his car up into P7.
Yeah, the rest of the Fords are further back tonight for some reason. Maybe Sean Ricker had some extra practice. Some guys
He's looked decent. He's looked real decent, though, in that Ford.
Yeah, he has. Some guys are not too fond of this track for some reason. Maybe they skip practice.
I don't know. I love this track.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Well, if we didn't need you so badly up here, I'd say go ahead and
get that Mercedes.
Jump in, with Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
But sorry, you're under contract,
would,
so you're stuck here.
Well, I think that would take the time. I got my hands full with that Monday car, Jack. So I was actually pretty happy to have 2 whole weeks to practice for Brands Hatch.
I got Cuppet and Phil Vitt going at it here. Oh, they're all going at it.
Yeah.
Got a little freight train of 6 cars there. Well, actually more. Where are you there,
I just
Jake?
hopped on to Phil Vitt to watch that battle. We're glad to see Phil back with us. He's got 40 kilograms because he skipped a bunch of races. So I don't remember how many it is, either 2 or 3. And he gets the new, the new guy ballast again. So that's what he's got tonight.
Well, yeah, but I'm glad to see that Audi back out on track. I like that.
Yeah,
I like the look of that car.
So
Kirkbride throws it off in the chicane.
Uh-oh.
Montgomery goes sailing by. And Brad Maris has a run on. Maybe Kevin's got some damage. I'm going to check his car out. No, I think he's just had to clean off tires because he's hanging onto the back of Brad Maris right now.
Yeah, he is.
Boy, that middle, that battle back there from 13 to 16 or 17 right now. There's quite a good freight train going on back there.
I suppose we ought to give a shout out to Peter Zavo, who just turned the fastest lap of the race in first place and has a 2-second bubble. So let's hope he doesn't have any connection problems. And we may not see much of Peter Zavo this race. Looks like he might have another good one.
Yep, he's got a 2-second lead.
Yeah, so we'll hop back to here where people are still battling. Kevin Kirkbride still wants that spot back from Brad. Pretty bad.
Yeah, just a little farther back, you've got Coppett, Thorpe, and Egan Shorty battling out there. They're 3 in tight together. With JT Laro right on their heels.
Wow, yeah. Cover takes the inside there.
There'll be some drafting going down here.
Yeah. And Thorpe.
Coppett, wheels are out.
Dan Thorpe gets the 2-car draft here. I don't think he's going to... Nope, he's going to stay where he's at.
And JT's caught up to this group now. 4 cars. And Phil Vitt is not far off these guys smelling blood.
Oh, JT Laro moves on the inside of Dan Thorpe. Gets that spot.
Nice maneuver.
goes way wide back there.
Thorpe pulling out, making a move on JT.
Wow.
On the Parabolica.
Gets it.
And again, it's going to be you draft me, I'll draft you.
Yep. Outside, we see that Corvette can actually compete with other cars on the straight now. But he can't go any faster. So. Oh!
Whoa! Phil Vitt comes smoking in there and shows Dan Thorpe the chrome horn.
Ouch.
And that opened the door for Trevor Snowden. And Trevor jumped up to 17. Dan's pushed back to 18th and Phil Vitt there. So they're going to have a bit of damage there, I would think. What is that Audi made of? I don't see any damage on that car at all.
Maybe it doesn't have damage modeling. Maybe it just kind of like the Ford, except without the gray stuff. Yeah, I think it's just stays that way. So we can't really tell if the Audi guys have damage unless the wheel's sideways. Anyway,
Okay, David Merrill's just got around.
No.
Oh, Sean Ricker. Sean Ricker parked in the wrong direction, in the wrong spot, having to make a 19-point turn here and dropping like a stone in the pond.
Well,
14, 16. Okay, they got around him, but he's dropped all the way down to 19th.
Wow.
So back up front, it looks like Hefner is closing the gap to Peter Szabo, but Szabo's still got a little bit of clean track.
Huh. Szabo picks up the pace in response. His last lap was a little slow. Looks like he will.
So with that little bit of hoopla going on there, that's a pretty good run. JT Laro's got his car, got that Corvette up into P15 right now, chasing down Iggy Shortia.
Yeah. Yeah, to start from the back. Too bad for Moses. Uh-oh. Wow. JT looking a little loose there.
So there's some good fighting going on out there on the track, all the way back to P24.
Kobus and Sergio. Well, it looks like Kobus has got that spot. And we've got Ricker.
Yeah, and just a couple of spots up, it looks like Sean Ricker's going to take Johnny Mack.
Yeah.
Just before the Parabolica.
Oh, Johnny Mack's not going to give it to him. Not easily.
Well, he's making not given easy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
A little bit of paint swapping there, but all good.
Yeah, Sean Ricker, though, plenty of pace in the Ford. Expect to see him move up. Then we'll hop up a couple more spots where we'll see if Dan Thorpe can contest Trevor Snowden, but he's a little bit of a ways back. But JT Laro still chasing down Iggy. And Brad is now on the tail of Salem.
Yeah, I just don't know if that Lambo has the legs. I know it can be a difficult car to drive, though.
Yeah.
Cuppet off track. Drops in behind JT and Iggy.
Okay, Brad's going to try for the inside line here. Yep, he's got it.
Well done there. Nice pass.
Salem can recover with the draft. Guess maybe not, it looks like.
Just a couple cars back. JT Laro in the draft to Iggy Chordia.
On the outside. They can go deep, deep, deep on the brakes.
And in the catbird position, Jonathan Cuppet, not far behind these guys, keeping an eye on the action here. But Salem not letting Brad get too far away from him, that's for sure.
No, he's not. Definitely wants a top 10 here tonight, that's for sure.
Out on the chat room there, it looks like, yes, Moses was just in for the starters money tonight. Took the green flag, did a lap, and put it back in the trailer, and he's headed off for an early long weekend. Just hasn't been the greatest for Chris this week. Sorry about the little incident on Tuesday night, Chris, but hey, that's racing. So it looks like Brad's got a little bit of air there. Two mentions, two little shout outs there. Nothing going on though, but Parsons and Merriman have been running for at least 5 laps with clean air in front of them. So they've got those Vipers up well within top 10 position. Parsons in 4th, Merriman in 7th.
Yep, we got the 2 MARs right next to each other, so it'll be extra hard to tell David Maros and Al Merriman apart for a little while. But it is, as you said, great to see those Vipers. They've had some trouble. Al Merriman's had some, handling trouble. Seemed to struggle with the car on some circuits, really, and then Parsons just couldn't seem to get the pace where he usually is. Parsons, some kind of alien here. Can usually end up right in the front, no matter what car he's in. But that Viper giving him trouble.
So they've all sort of got themselves settled down for the most part here, Jake.
Yeah, they really have. We'll see if the pit stop mixes it up.
They're all on softs.
Goodness, that's Matt Taylor. Lots of guys running really wide there on the exit of that little chicane section.
So
lots of green.
Peter Zabo maybe doing.
On the broadcast app, which I guess means people are improving their times, but I don't see him actually gaining on the people in front of him. So yeah, everybody getting clean air, burning off fuel, settling in here.
Yeah, well, while they're settling in there, why don't you run down the order there,
That's
Jake?
a good idea. Peter Sabo's in first place still, and he's got about a 2-second gap. Zach Hefner's in second. And Jon Ludden's pretty close behind in third. We'll see if those guys heat it up soon. And then Parsons is managing fourth so far, so good run by Parsons. He's not on a softer tire compound like we've seen on some other races. So interesting factor there. He shouldn't be better or worse on tires at the end of the stint like he is sometimes. Jesse Olsen in fifth. David Morrow sixth there. And that's Al Merriman in seventh. So both of those drivers, Merriman and Parsons in the top 10. Matt Taylor's in eighth. Brad Myers is in ninth. That's Sam Montgomery Jr. in 10th. Kevin Kirkbride in 11th. JT Laro coming around 12th. Iggy Jordia 13th. Trevor Snowden 14th. Dan Thor 15th. Phil Vitt rounds out the last points paying position he's had. I think he's got a little bit of damage, whether we can see it or not. Sean Rickers is 17th. John McIntyre in 18th. And in fact, we might see Bjorn Heyman try to get by him soon. He's in 19th. Mark DeGraw in 20th, Cup in 21st, Omar Gomez in 22nd, that's Copus in 23rd, Sergio Calderon in 24th, and Justin Lamke still on track in 25th position. Looks like he's struggling for pace a little bit. No,
and as miracles would have it, my broadcast app is working beautifully today.
Wow. Well, there you go. Did you get my email? Did you get the updated version, or are you on an old version?
I did see your email today. Being such a studious computer guy, I check it about once a century, but I did look today and I did see it there, so thanks for the email.
So you got the new one?
I didn't get a chance to download it. I was busy watching hockey.
Well, I'm glad
most
the
important thing that happens in Canada is hockey. Sorry, race fans, but it's hockey in Canada.
Well, that's fine. I'm glad the old one's working for you. And Ludden said scaling will be done soon, so maybe you'll be able to see the whole list on your smaller screen there.
Oh, that'd be great. Well, a smaller screen. I have a 30-inch screen.
Well, a
smaller scale would be better. It takes up half my screen.
Yeah.
But everybody seems to be spacing out nicely. And we should be coming around to some pit stops shortly.
Yeah, what do you figure?
Well, they're probably going to cut it right in half, 18. We'll probably see some guys at 17, 18, maybe even 19.
Yeah.
I would say that maybe Parsons will probably stretch out, maybe go for an extra lap or two with short fuel on board. Yeah, because he's only 3 seconds behind Jon Ludden, so I'd watch for Aaron to maybe take an extra lap or two, as long as the tires are holding out and his lap times are good. He's very smart, so he knows what the lap times are. He can manage gaps real well. Now, Zach Hefner's keeping Peter honest in this thing. There's not that big a gap. That gap is actually coming down.
Yeah, absolutely right. Hefner turning the fastest lap of the race last time around. So, and that's
Sergio sideways in the parabolica.
That's just a rough spot to be. He gets out of the way there.
Oh, that could be race end.
Well, he's still moving, so he can go right around to the pits if he wants to keep going.
Well, if somebody had a T-bone, then it would have been race ending.
Yeah.
So, Hefner really closing up that gap now for P1. Maybe that Nissan is loving the lighter fuel load. It on lap 16. So we should be, again, it may come down to some strategy up here, between P1 and P4 to see who's all going to be on the podium.
Sean Ricker is on the tail of John McIntyre, and I've got deja vu. Didn't I see this already?
Yeah, and we may see some more of this too. Ricker was doing real well and then dropped a ton of spots.
Huh. Yeah, he had that incident with Maros, but I thought he already got by McIntyre. Maybe McIntyre got back by him, and they are side by side, or they were side by side. Sean Ricker opting not to go late in the brakes there on the inside, probably a good idea. You just end up slowing both of you down if you do that. So, closest thing we've got out there right now, though, although Dan Thorpe is coming up on Trevor Snowden pretty quickly.
Well, Johnny Mac's got his hands full with Ricker all over his tailpipe, and it looks like Sean's pulling wide
Going
now.
for it on the outside.
Yeah, bad entry angle for Johnny Mac there. Let Sean get away with that corner, and I think Sean's got pace on Johnny Mac, so he's probably going to open up that gap pretty quick.
Yeah, well, we saw great pace in qualifying from Ricker. He was the fastest forward, so we will see what he can do from back here. He can certainly get into the points if he stays consistent enough. So we will keep an eye out. Hefner's closing that gap. He's still moving really quick. Actually, Zabo was slightly faster last lap, but Hefner's got extra motivation at this point because Zabo's right in front of him.
Yeah, Sabo had a great lap in the last lap and gave him a little bit more breathing room, but there's still not.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
not a big enough gap.
I wouldn't say a tenth as much breathing room. We'll see when they decide to pit, because that could be the deciding factor. I don't know if they're slowing down here late in the stint or if they're just had some bad luck on their laps. Not sure.
They're both staying out.
Yeah, I expected that. I think we'll see lap 18. Although we do have Omar Gomez. He's a lap down. He's pitting. Justin Lamb.
I got it all wrong. Parsons in early.
Yep. So that's Zabo, Hefner, Ludden staying out. Jesse Olsen staying out. David Maros staying out. So yeah. Justin Lamke's out. So bad luck for him tonight, but we will see him next week. And Parsons comes out of the pits and looks like he's going to keep 11th.
Yeah, he's just out ahead of JT Laurel. Iggy Chorty in the pits and Sergio Calderon in the pits. Oh, Peter Zabo off in the grass, and Hefner takes the lead.
Wow.
Now, are they staying out?
I wonder if
it looks like it. No, Zabo in. Hefner stays out. Oh, and a bit of a Cobus de Villiers messed up in the pit there.
Ludden's in. Zabo's in. Jesse Olsen is in. David Maros is in. Al is in. Taylor's in. and Brad's in. So everybody except for Hefner. Hefner's last lap, 147.2, on with pretty much consistent with his race pace, not particularly fast or slow compared to some of his other laps. But we'll see.
It is absolute mayhem in pit lane right now.
What's going on? Not colliding, are they?
Oh, they're sliding all around and coming in at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and everybody's peeling off now.
Yeah, let's hope they keep the exit nice and clean. Uh-oh. That's dangerous.
Oh,
That's dangerous.
It's a mess there, isn't it?
Oh, goodness. Okay, so Hefner all by his lonesome.
So that was a messy. I've never seen such mayhem in the pits.
I'm not
That's
sure.
That's a schmozzle. A total schmozzle.
Hefner might have made the right call here. He didn't have to deal with the circus over there. Of course, I guess he would have been first in, so he would have gotten out before most of that.
Yeah, it's going to be real close. But pit lane should open up for him. Shouldn't be too.
So since everybody went in, Savo didn't lose any places. Ludden didn't lose any places. Those guys are still 2 and 3, but now Hefner's got 30 seconds on him, and he's going in. So here we go. Savo's got a race against time. Sean Ricker's out. Oh, sorry about that, Sean. Bad luck. Yeah, David Morrow's pretty aggressive racer sometimes.
Hefner's rolling, but Savo's coming around Parabolica. Going to be close.
I think that means Hefner's out in front. No, now as I say that, Savo's got all that speed. Yeah, Hefner's in front, but he didn't gain any time. This battle for first is on.
This battle for first is now a 3-way battle.
Yep. Who's your pick?
Well, you know, Hefner stayed out late. Could have taken a smaller fuel load. He's going to be a little lighter.
Well, they'll all have the same fuel now, right? Those guys would have taken one more lap, and they've already done one more lap. So everybody's got the same. I think Hefner's advantage was on that last lap he ran. He would have had really low fuel there, but now he should be the same.
Yep.
I'm rooting for Ludden here.
Yeah, John's got to hope that these guys pressure each other into a mistake.
Well, John did have the fastest qualifying time. He really does have some pace here, so maybe he can. I don't know how easy it's going to be. You're right. I don't know how easy it's going to be past these guys without them making a mistake, as you said. But Savo with the 30 kilograms in the same car. I wonder if he can beat him in a braking zone or something.
Whoa, Covis de Villiers sideways on the straightaway, but everybody get around him.
Got traffic to deal with.
Nissan, Porsche. You know, 6, 7, 8, you got Merosh, Merriman, and Taylor. and then a couple of heavyweights. You know, 9th and 10th, you got Kevin Kirkbride and Brad Maris, both carrying 40 kilos of potatoes this time around.
Sabo might try to make another pass on Hefner here. Very close.
All going to come down to exit speed coming out of this parabolica here.
Wow. Yeah, Hefner getting a good exit there.
Peter able to brake late and close that gap up coming out of that last hairpin.
Yeah, he really was.
So we got Taylor and Merriman. Matt Taylor closing the gap up big time on Al Merriman. But it looks like Al is sort of ignoring Matt Taylor and got his sights set on David Merrill. But your leader, Zach Hefner, intense pressure he's coming under. 0.4 of a second off ahead of Peter Szabo. Al and Marosh into the parabolica. Al right up behind David. Looks like he's going to get a run on him this time around.
Watching them now. Yeah, he's got the draft for sure. David defending that inside line.
Al taking it really deep and trying to steal that. Whoa! Look at Matt Taylor right up behind. Merrill's being able to hang on to it. I think Al says they're going to try this one more time.
Look at him, yeah. Looks like Parsons taking
they're
that
close.
curve really aggressively. Hefner started to get a little bit more of a
Taylor,
gap against Szabo.
You know, Taylor right in the catbird position here. $23 out of 35. And it looks like Hefner's got a comfortable gap now on Peter Szabo. But Peter's going to have his own trouble coming up shortly with Jon Ludden. But the action right now is on Al Merriman, David Marosh, and Matt Taylor. Side by side in parabolica. Are you on this action?
Yeah,
there,
I am.
Oh my God!
I don't even know what to say.
Now, side by side, Al and Matt Taylor.
It looked like Matt Taylor was threatening to take it 3 wide there. He wants to get by. Al can't get by Maros, but then Taylor can't get by the both of them side by side. So really quite, David Maros not going to give up the position, bet for sure. So This is going to go on for a little while, I bet. And Al, of course,
I
if he
think
makes
so,
too
too. You know, I
aggressive
think
a move, you'll see him lose time like he has now, where he's got to gain a little bit of time before he can contest David again. So he's got to be careful so he doesn't lose the spot to Matt Taylor.
Well, I think Al's probably thinking to himself, what have I got to do to get around this guy?
Yeah.
I've tried inside, I've tried outside, I'm looking to the right, looking to the left, I'm drafting, Taylor's sneaking up on me. Well, I think David's probably saying, thank God he's not on my bumper coming into Parabolica again.
Oh, Taylor only inside of Al there. Takes it.
You know, Al may just be saying to himself, all right, Matt, you go duke it out with him. I've tried for 4 laps. Now you try for 4 laps.
Yeah, and he'll try to take advantage. You know, Matt and David, that's going to be quite a combination. This is going to be interesting.
And you know, with Al taking a better line through that chicane there, actually gave him a little bit, you know, easier exit than that in tight on the outside move he was trying to make.
Mark DeGraaf's in the pits. Maybe he got some damage.
So 25 out of 35 done, and Hefner still out in front of Peter Szabo, but this battle, 6, 7, 8 is still pretty intense. But just a little shout out here, you know, JT has taken that car from the back of the pack, and he is now up into P11, so good drive by JT tonight. Parsons sitting in 4th, clean air. Just, and Olsen, clean air as well, just driving around. But these 3 guys here, and actually, looks like Parsons is falling off a little bit. He might just be worn out. They might have worn the guy out.
Oh, you mean Al?
Yeah, they might have just worn Al out.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna get fired for that. I'm gonna get fired for that one.
I don't think so. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, it's he's got that T500. It's a pretty strong wheel. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a little tired. We'll see what he can do. I mean, it's not like he's gonna have to rush when these guys start getting that beside each other. They're gonna slow each other down. So I bet we'll see him right back up. Maybe he's just got him some breathing room. As you see Matt Taylor making strange lines around the corners, looking around David Maros.
Well, he's looking for a way around. I mean, he obviously was watching that action with Al and figured there's got to be a way around this guy.
Yeah.
This is a great battle going on here. You know, 27 out of 35 in the bag, so looks like Matt's going to pull her out. David on the inside, Matt Taylor on the outside, and Al's going, I tried that one.
Matt Taylor looking good.
That Nissan power.
Yeah.
Oh, He's coming back, David, coming back saying, I'll take that inside from you. I've been doing that all night with Al. I got this one figured out.
Yeah, and we've seen those Porsches.
And Al closing the gap up and saying, I'm here too, guys. I'm here. I'm right here.
Like I said, they're going to get side by side. They're going to slow each other down because David will go right. I mean, he'll slow you way down into the corner there like you did there. And Al's going to be right back with him. So here he is. Al
okay, jump back up to the leaders.
Uh-oh. Dabo's past Hefner. He didn't do it last lap. He did it this lap. Oh, Hefner had a problem. He's got front end damage.
Hefner's got rear end damage too, so there might have been a bit of contact there. And Hefner's got a busted windshield.
Uh-oh. Hopefully he's got it turned off.
Okay, obviously these guys don't listen to me. No, well, nobody does anyway.
No, Jack. If they turn it off, you won't know. It only matters if it's turned off on your machine. So, like, if they turn it off, we'll still see it if it's turned on our machines.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Point taken.
Yeah.
Point taken.
Yeah, they're listening to you, Jack.
Ludden.
Ludden and Szabo, the Porsche battle. Ludden's got no weight, though. Can he take it later on the brakes? Not really. Szabo really good at that. Ludden eats a lot of curb. Has to wait up there. Szabo's got some side damage.
Yeah, there must have been some contact that we missed. Definitely.
Yeah, that 6th, 7th, I think that's still going on there. That battle in the middle is pretty exciting too, so sorry about that.
Hey, we can't catch them all.
Can't catch them all, but we'll try to catch the ones at the front. So we'll stay here to see if Ludden can take the fight up to Szabo.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye on this battle in 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, it looks like Taylor's going to get by David Maros. Maybe not.
Nope. Taylor just put it wide and allowed Al Merriman back up in his bumper. So that fight's still going on.
Oh, goodness. Hop back there for a second while Ludden has I'd say that, and then Szabo starts losing time to him, so we'll stay here. Oh, wow. Ludden looking a little quicker here.
Yeah, if he can get in a little closer off that parabolic, I think he'll be able to take Peter. It looks like either John's running lower wing or Peter's carrying some damage. And Peter's got 30K.
Yeah, Peter's got ballast too, so a little bit longer braking area for Peter. So you think John will be able to nose in there when he needs to, at least, which it certainly isn't now.
Taylor and Maros going at it again. Same thing.
Matt Taylor getting alongside.
And Al Merriman closes up behind him.
Yeah, same thing right there again.
Boys, I hate to tell you this, but that ain't working.
Well, maybe Taylor needs to find a different spot on the track to try to pass there. Wow, those guys are close. We should stay with them for a second, and I'll keep an eye on the time by the leaders. Gosh, but
I'll keep an eye on the leader, so you stay with the action there, brother.
Okay.
Because it looks like Ludden and Szabo have left Hefner.
Yeah, Ludden's so close to Szabo, though, so don't let me miss that. Parabolica, he's closer this time. Has he got it? Just a little bit closer than he was last lap. Maybe not close enough.
Had a little peak, but not enough. Oh, Peter took it too deep. Now, Taylor's getting around Merrill.
Yeah, he is.
Drag race.
We've seen David Maros on the inside. We've seen his strategy break late. And if you hold him up, you hold him up. David Maros says, "You're not holding me up." He goes around the outside pretty quickly there and takes the spot back. Wow.
They're going to have to try something different there. That's not working.
Ludden alongside Peter Szabo. So that's a lead change. Ludden's got the spot. Peter Szabo in the draft.
Oh, and we've got an incident here. We got an incident.
That's
we got Merrill all turned around.
So that's Al was not close enough to get the best of that one. So hopping back up for the front here as Peter Szabo is right on Ludden's tail. But we've seen Ludden be a little faster around Parabolica as you'd expect with the less weight. Peter Szabo is not letting him go. You're just going to take the inside. He's still got to break a little earlier.
Kirkbride puts it in the wall.
Uh-oh. Oh, Peter gets...
dropping like a stone in the pond.
Okay, so Ludden gets that spot back. Or keeps the first position anyway.
$31 out of 35. You think this was like a 5-car sprint or a 5-lap sprint?
I know, right? We got an epic Porsche battle up front here. Oh.
Battle's going on in behind too. Stay with that front battle and I'll keep you updated and behind here.
Peter Szabo dives deep on the inside and gets first back.
They're swapping positions by the lap.
We've seen this before. And sometimes it's the car behind that has an advantage going into this last sector here. But with the chicanes, it's a little different. They don't have quite as long of a straight as they do on the old version we've run the past couple seasons. And the other cars.
So in that last melee, Jesse Olsen and Brad Maris got to pop up to 5 and 6. They got past Maros, Taylor, and Marion.
Wow. Yeah, I'll have to check that on the replay. We missed that one. These guys up front are really battling it out here. As Jon Ludden might be able to take advantage. Peter Szabo coming up on his teammate, Jon Ludden's teammate, that is, Bjorn Heyman.
Yeah, it would be a smart thing for Bjorn just to back out of this and let them through.
Comments to myself. And they're going to get by here. Lets him go. Good job, Bjorn. Who is going to win this race? Right quick, we got Szabo and Ludden up here in first and second. We're going to stay on this battle, but we got that's Zach Hefner in third, Aaron Parsons in fourth, so he's run a good race, stayed in fourth pretty much the whole time. As you said, Jesse Olsen taking advantage of that. Whoa, both of these guys, Peter Szabo and Jon Ludden, going way wide.
Way wide, advantage Ludden here. Going to have another position change, I think.
Outside.
Good respect by those two drivers.
Yeah.
Szabo's going to swing out.
There he is.
Ooh, that was close.
And we've seen Jon Ludden here. Nope, he gives it up. Oh, Szabo gets that way wrong.
Gets the cut.
And that spot, I don't think. Or maybe he will.
No, he's going to let him by. Yep. And that's the right thing to do.
Yep. So good by Szabo.
Good on you, Peter.
Yeah, there's still going to be some battle to go here.
Good on you. That is exactly what I would expect out of these guys.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't surprised or anything.
You know, these guys are way better at this than I ever was. When something like that happened to me, I would be all messed up for like 5 turns after that.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe 10.
Kind of got to put it behind you. These guys are
1.5 laps to go.
Yeah, I'm not even going to watch anybody else. These guys are just running the show at this point.
No, this is great action
so far. I think. I mean, we've seen some good battles, but this is the most back and forth we've seen.
Whoa, big push wide by Peter.
Yep, that didn't help him. He's lost a little bit of time. Just a little bit, though. Ooh. Peter locking up the brakes there. Looked almost like he's going to run into the back of him. He's got to watch out with the extra weight.
Well, while you're keeping an eye up there, just a little update. We've got JT Laro pushing Captain Kirk around, and Jesse Olsen pushing Aaron Parsons around.
Yeah, Olsen making good time after the mistake that held up David Allen, Matt Taylor there. Okay, so Ludden has a half-second gap. It's not much, but it's more than we've seen between these guys in the past few laps. So it's Szabo cuts and has trouble. Cuts and goes way wide there. So I think
that is enough. If Jon can hang on to it, that'll be enough to do it.
Yeah, 1 second gap there means that Szabo's pretty much out of the draft. So we will see. Ludden looking good around Parabolica.
End of the stint, an extra 30 Ks. That's just about the difference there.
Right. But fastest lap of the race, that still belongs to Zach Hefner, which is 1:48 from the first stint.
A little farther back, Jesse Olsen on the inside of Aaron Parsons through the chicane. And Parsons hanging on to it.
Oh, goodness.
Olsen going to take that spot. Or is he? Yeah, and Peter has put it off, touched the gravel again. He's still rolling, but he touched the gravel. It's cost him another 1/10 of a second, so Jon's probably liking all that.
Looking great here. Keep it on track, Jon. We'll hop back here and see Parsons and Jesse Olsen. Parsons really would like that 4th spot back. Hasn't had much luck this season. Not a podium, but it's close.
Aaron keeping them honest.
Up on the last chicane. As I think that's Ludden's going to finish reasonably soon.
Yep. Jon Ludden coming around Parabolica now. 1.1 seconds in front of Peter Szabo.
Yep, so Jon Ludden finishing first. Great job. Peter Szabo second place. Parsons maybe a fifth here. Tefner finishing fifth. Norn Heyman there finishing a lap down. Then Jesse Olsen in fourth. Good finish by him. Got past Parsons and held on to it. Parsons is in fifth. Brad Mary's in sixth. Looking good, Brad. That's Al Merriman in seventh. So he got by Matt Taylor and David as well. And Taylor stayed ahead of David. So he's going to finish in eighth. All right, David Morrow's ninth. Looks like Cup at 10th. Uh-oh. Kirkbride and that's JT Laro. Nope. Looks like Kirkbride's going to hang on to it. JT gets a little loose. So that's Kirkbride 11th, Laro 12th, Sam Montgomery Jr. 13th, Iggy will finish 14th, Trevor Snowden will finish 15th in the last points paying position, Mark DeGraw 16th place. So good run by those guys. Last guys on the lead lap are John McIntyre in 17th and Phil Vitt in 18th after having trouble and getting some damage. Staying with it. So, Ludden's gone already. Can't look at him.
And we have Jon Ludden up in the booth.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Great race, John. Some fantastic action late in the race. Unbelievable racing, well-deserved win. You're probably tired at this point.
Yeah, you know, that has to be the best race I've ever been involved with. It was incredible. You know, those two guys in front of me, they had pace, but I guess Zach got into some lap traffic, allowed me to close up. And then it was just me and Peter battling back and forth. You know, he's just incredible driver.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, there was great action here. You know, Jake made mention he thought it was the best racing we've seen all season. But swapping laps, swapping positions that late in the race was very exciting, John. And I thought you did a brilliant job. And both you guys showed really good respect and track position for each other. So kudos on both of you, but especially you on taking the win.
Yeah, well, you know, and Peter was, you know, total gentleman. He got the cut there late and let me pass.
Yeah.
So he would have had it otherwise.
Yeah. Well, great racing. That was fun to watch, and we will see you not next week, 2 weeks from now. I don't know what's next, but good luck there, John. And thanks for putting on such a show for us.
Hey, thank you.
All right, Jake. Another week of exciting action in the bag. Is next week an off week?
Next week's an off week. We're off next week. We got nothing. It's Memorial Day in the United States, so we do some scheduling. Do you guys have anything in Canada on Monday? Some holidays
we already had ours last week. We had Victoria Day last week, so we've already had ours. But I just want to make a final shout out that I am going right now to make my donation to NAGP, and I would urge you guys to do the same. We don't need a lot of money, but let's try and keep this server and this play zone going.
Alrighty, yeah, and thank you very much, everybody. Join us in 2 weeks. Don't come next week. Nobody will be here. If you subscribe to our Twitch, you'll see if Al or I get on to test something or practice or something like that, if you absolutely need your Twitch fix for some reason. But otherwise, we'll see you in 2 weeks. I don't know what track we're at in 2 weeks, but it'll be fun. And join Monday night for the Formula Series, Thursday night GT Series, 9 p.m. See you guys.